Imagine discovering that every person you love will disappear. Your parents, your friends, your children, and one day, you. No matter your wealth or how high you climb, the ending remains the same: death. Most people spend their lives running from this truth. We distract ourselves, we stay busy, we fill quiet moments with noise, because deep down there is a lingering fear. If everything eventually ends, what is the point? Why love if we lose people? Why build if it will someday be forgotten? It seems like a reasonable question. If every story ends, perhaps nothing matters. But let's try a different thought experiment. What if death is not the enemy of meaning, but the exact thing that creates it? Modern psychology shows that human beings place higher value on things that are scarce. Diamonds hold value because they are rare. Limited editions are valuable because they are limited. This graph maps out a simping relationship between the supply of a resource, like time, and its perceived value. Notice how pushing time towards infinity drives urgency to zero. If a sunset lasted forever, no one would ever stop to admire it. If you knew with certainty that you would live forever, would you tell someone you love them today? Would you forgive someone today? Probably not. You would always believe there was another tomorrow. Infinite time destroys urgency. Think about the most beautiful moments of your life: a childhood memory, a proud graduation, a last hug. None of these moments last forever. They hold weight exactly because they cannot be repeated endlessly. And that includes the entirety of life itself. Mortality is not a tragic flaw in our design. It is the primary mechanism that assigns value to our moments. More than 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the most powerful empires in history. He commanded massive armies and possessed immense wealth. Yet every day he reminded himself of one strict fact: you could leave life right now. Not next year, right now. He didn't do this to make himself sad. He did it to stay awake. Because once you remember that life is limited, an ordinary meal with your family or a simple walk outside becomes sacred. Decades later, psychiatrist Viktor Frankl faced the exact opposite environment. Imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps, everything was stripped away. Yet he observed that those who survived psychologically found a reason to continue, an unfinished purpose, a loved one waiting. He realized life never stops having meaning, even in immense suffering. Meaning is not an external object. It is an internal resource we actively create. If meaning can survive the horrors of a death camp and ground the most powerful emperor on earth, then meaning is entirely within our control. The universe does not hand us a mission statement. Instead, it hands us freedom. The freedom to decide who we become and how we respond to our ticking clock. There is a story about 3 stonecutters doing the exact same work. When asked what they were doing, the first said, "I'm cutting stones." The second said, "I'm earning a living." The third smiled and said, "I'm building a cathedral." All 3 faced the same heavy labor, but entirely different meanings emerged based on their internal narrative. One saw a chore, another saw a cathedral. You do not need to become famous. You do not need to secure a legacy for centuries. The true purpose of life is simple participation: to love deeply, to act courageously, and to grow continuously. A compelling story does not lose its value simply because it reaches a final page. A beautiful song is not worthless just because it plays its final note. The tragedy is not that we die. The tragedy is reaching the end of life without ever having truly participated in it. Its temporary nature is exactly what makes your life beautiful. One day, you will die, but today, you are alive, and that is all that matters.